Going to give you a little overview of Elephant Rock from a standpoint of the hiking trails and the camping area. So we start off here on this hiking trail that is primarily concrete. This Elephant Rock State Park in just south of Ardmore, Oklahoma was built back in the 30s by the CCC, and this concrete walking path was one of the original paths that they built in this park. And it's probably, it probably runs 3/4 of a mile, and I'll be showing you some pictures, some video of it as we go. But Lake Murray State Park is 24 miles north of the Texas border, 3 miles from Interstate 35. And it's so easy to get to. And there's so many things to do here. So many things to do. You can fish, you can hike. They have a lodge that is just beautiful. They have a great restaurant in the lodge called Foggy Bottom. They have miniature golf. They have cabins you can rent. They also have floating cabins that you can rent. So there's a lot of things to do here. This is one of our favorite go-to places. It's about 65, 70 miles from the DFW area, straight up Interstate 35E. So we'll be talking a little bit more as we get going here. This trail just zigzags in and out of numerous varieties of trees in this park. And this park is really well maintained. And we really think that you would enjoy hiking, biking, camping, fishing, whatever here at Lake Murray. This park is also on the geocaching tour, and we have geocached a number of times in this park. If you're not familiar with geocaching, check it out. It's very cool. There's an app that you can put on your phone, and it's wherever you are, it tells where there's hidden little geocache. And they're little boxes or whatever that people hide. And what they do is they put stuff in them. And when you find one, you write your name and the date, and you put something in the box and put it back where it was. It's pretty neat. Here's a trail marker that shows hiking and biking trails. And you can see that the big loop is 23.3 miles. It also shows where the different hiking trails are. This is one of the crazy things that's on this hiking trail. This big old giant tree, I guess it's an oak tree, that has a Y here. Can you imagine how many people have had their picture made by this tree? It's pretty cool looking. Coming up to the end of the concrete hiking path, it's like I said, it's probably 3/4 of a mile on concrete, and it ends right here on the main entrance road coming into the Elephant Rock campground. And there's the entrance up there, and then if you turn left right here, you go down to Elephant Rock, Tips Point, and Cedar Cove. If you cross over at this point, all of a sudden the hiking trail becomes gravel and dirt. And one of the interesting things about, as you cross over, I would imagine at one time, before it was a state park, there was a homestead here, and people lived here and farmed this or ranched it or whatever. And this was way back, probably in the 30s, 40s. But what's interesting is 2 of their children are buried here. And one of them was a baby, an infant, and it was born to William P. and Leela Harris. This particular baby was born November 2nd, 1916, and died on November 21st, 1916. Right next to that grave is Alma, who was a daughter of Mr. and Ms. Harris. She was born January the 19th, 1915, and died in July the 11th, 1916. And there were just 2 little simple markers here, but somebody made official markers for these 2 graves of these 2 children. I leave those graves and walk on down the path just a little bit further. There's what appears to be an old pump house. And I would imagine this was the pump house with the well that supplied water to the farm or the ranch. And there's the well and the tank, and you can see the old building that they chose to leave in the state park where people could observe it. If I turn and get back on, by the way, that path where I just turned off to the pump house continues on for probably 2 or 3 miles. And if you keep going, I don't know, probably 5 or 6 miles, it goes to the ranger station. If you turn midway down through there, you will go to the lake on that side. We'll not do that today. I want to just show you how this little side track comes back into the main road that we crossed coming here. Okay, we're coming up on the main road here where I just crossed to the left right up there. And this road takes me down to Elephant Rock. Elephant Rock is one of the camping areas that is most probably, I don't know, 85%, maybe 90% of this area is RV full hookups. You can camp here 14 days straight before you'd have to leave. But it's really a great camping area. I'm going to do a little switchback here, which is going to take us back over to the concrete path that we just came off of earlier, and I can show you a few interesting things once we get over to it. We have to kind of zigzag around to get to the path, but we'll show you a few things when we get here. We're going to get back on the path and continue back down. Coming back up on that trail marker that I showed you earlier here. So this kind of gives you an idea of the cutback that I made on the path to get back over on the concrete path. Remember I said earlier about the geocaching? There's one of the containers on the geocaching area. Inside that will be a number of things that we talked about earlier, so I just wanted to show you where one was. It's just slightly off of the path. Here's one of the camping areas here at Elephant Rock. On the left here you see the back ends. These on the right are all pull-throughs. We've camped in a lot of these pull-through sites on the right here. Very shaded, very nice areas, full hookups. We're set up right here today on the left. We've always wanted to be on this site, and we never had the opportunity to get it until this week, and I was able to pick it up and get it. It worked out real good. But it's right next to a restroom and shower here on the right, and more camp areas on down further. RV sites on the right here are full hookups, pull-throughs. Every one of them are pull-throughs, and there's two different sections, a back section and this front section, and they are really nice. All of them are level. They have partial concrete pads, but also have nice gravel pads as well, so it's really good. Then you coming up on down here, I don't know if you can see it, it may be too far away, is a playground and the lake, part of the lake down here. This is one really nice restroom. You have restrooms on this end. In the middle on the left is a laundry room, and on the back side is the showers, and I think there's 3 or 4 showers. We'll have to look when we get around here, but let's look and see how many's here. I think there's 3. Oh, there's 4 showers. 4 shower rooms here on the back. Down here you see campsites, which are all back ends, and they're very small campsites. There's just have water and electricity only. So you have to know that you're going to have to go to the right up here to the dump station before you leave the camping area. You can tell just how small these back end sites are. I mean, they're level, but they're very small. You can see that there's a fishing pier down there, and then out there you see famous Elephant Rock. This is the area that we walked and looked at earlier, but this is the other end of it. When you drive down through here, you got to be careful, because there's a lot of limbs, and you can scrape the side of your RV but most of them are cut pretty good. Heights on the right are all back ends, and they're pretty nice, but they are back ends. This is one of the many handicap sites that they have that are predominantly pull-throughs. There's the restroom that we walked by a while ago, and then again, coming around the corner, we were able to snag this campsite, which we've wanted to be in for a long time. We've had those on the left a number of times. Oh, also I failed to tell you that Lake Murray has among other things to do, has a golf course, which is great to play. So anyway, that's where we are.